sister not deliver. It was anticlimactic. You showed up. You see what I'm saying? She did the full play, but she could not deliver. You feel me? Limp. She went limp in the debate. That's why he won't drop it, because he don't want you to see it. He don't want you to see the embarrassment. He want her to get better. I want her to get better. And the only way she gonna get better if they admit that she lost and go back and see what she did wrong.
But
That's the only way we can
who's
get better.
gonna say she did wrong? McCarthy? If you look,
No,
watch this,
not
watch
just
this.
the
Hold on, Christina. Hold on for a minute. Now let's get real serious.
Go ahead.
What in the hell do Amon-Ra McCarthy know about the Leviticus priesthood? I mean, about even the Leviticus priesthood. But what do he know about?
His name is Amon-Ra.
But hold on.
His name is Amon-Ra.
Hold on. What the hell do he know about the Kemetic priesthood? Nothing. Stop playing these games.
I tell you what we can do.
See, that's why you laughing, because you know.
Listen, his name is Amon-Ra, bro.
That's his real name. That's because his father was Kemetic, and his father gave him a Kemetic name, but he didn't study Kemet.
Know about Kemet. He should know about Kemet.
No, he didn't study that. He's a Christian pastor. That's who he is.
Let's do this. This is gonna be good content, Sonetta. Let's do this. Let's do a game show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where me and Napah get to question each other about Kemet and about the Levitical priesthood, right? And we do a couple rounds. We'll have points, you know what I'm saying? And the answers, you know what I mean?
Oh, I'm loving that. That sounds nice. That sounds good.
I'm going to come whatever questions I want to come. And it's going to be like a game show, you know what I'm saying? So some you're going to get right, some you're going to get wrong, whatever. It'll be fun. We'll figure it out. And then we'll lead that into dropping a debate, and we'll do a play-by-play commentary. You feel me? On the debate. The debate is like what? Debate might be 2 hours long. If we add commentary, it might make it a 4-hour show. You see what I'm saying? And we could just stop it and play by play.
But now let me tell you this. The people that are saying Napah lost are niggas like JJ 7000 who did not see the debate, Christina. Niggas like,
listen,
hold on, let me finish.
I will.
Let me finish, because I'm going to show you the biasness.
Okay.
This is the time when we are all beefing. And so, of course, they're going to go against Napah. But those who really saw the information, like Brother Phillips straight up, and he's Christian. He said, oh, nah, Napah won that.
Who is Phillips?
Brother Phillips that you will see in the background with all of those books behind him, like a library.
To call in. If Phillips were calling even right now, I would love for Phillips to have a dialogue about that. The same way you let Napah do it with Garfield and Black Jesus.
You guess what? Hold up. Watch this, Christina.
We can have
I called Captain Tazariak today when we had Black Jesus on. I said, Tazariak, are you saying Napah lost? He said, yes. Guess what I asked him? I said, yes. I said, what can you tell me right now about the Kemetic priesthood? He couldn't tell me a goddamn thing about it. See,
he was picking.
This is what I'm. No, he was not.
Like he.
No,
right,
he was not. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Hold on. I'm gonna park my car right now. They got to say it. All the people that was telling you that you won were people of the Abrahamic faith. They could not let Napah get out of there with a win, because why? It destroys their Bible. Amon-Ra McCarthy have his ass in the chat right now. He's in the chat.
Drop the after party, and you're gonna see how many people from the House of Consciousness actually said, I won. You're gonna see that. And you're gonna see that these are not Israelites, and that these are not atheists.
Amon-Ra, we questioned Unc too. Unc didn't know nothing about the Leviticus. Unc didn't know about the Kemetic priesthood. I asked Unc too. He didn't know.
Listen, no, you were ambushing them. You were calling them on the spot. You got them on the spot. That's not fair. You see what I'm saying? You got this girl studying day and night, waiting for her chance to face Christina again. Just be ready. Always be ready, because you never know when you're going to face Christina. And I want you to look like you got your sources together. You know you're trying to get the sister weight up. You see what I'm saying? That's not fair to call people while they are in a traffic jam on the way from home, asking them to say some stuff about Kemet, bro. That's not fair. That's not fair. And knowing general information about Kenan is different about knowing the priesthood. Knowing about Levites is different than knowing about the Levitical priesthood. You see what I'm saying? So let's come correct. Let's not play the games. You see what I'm saying? Let's not play the games. If she has the information will stand. What I'm telling you is that the girl don't have the information and she's confused on the facts. And I'm going to point that out every single time. I'm going to show you. She don't know what she's talking about. She's talking about, oh, they all had to shave. Garfield tells her that shaving was a part of many cultures. But look, in Leviticus chapter 21 and 5, there's a commandment that the priesthood will not shave their heads, that they will not shave their beards, that they will not bring a razor to their face.
All right, hey, Christina,
she ain't gonna show you that.
Christina, we getting ready to go. We getting ready to go with Ali. Be in the room, and we're gonna open up for question and answers later on. Ali gonna be talking about the Bible, and come in the room, and Nepal should be here too. Peace to you, sister.
And peace, and just know I'm with Nepal on this one.
All right, got you.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, Dr. Ali, you hear this? You hear the sisters coming at you live, brother. You don't need, that's one thing you don't need, Dr. Ali, is a bunch of women coming at you, man. So family, let's get this going.
Set the stage with the lights off. Let the little nigga breathe to the fight slow. You ain't never like the room with the bright sauce. Hail Mary, they despise what the light brought. Let them roach niggas bleed if they can't see. Side at a TV, what you can't be. They say that murder on my mind, now they can't breathe. Take a picture of the proof, that's your last peep. Oh, I need me your love, yeah, that's just me. Keep them jumping like some frogs, so they might be leave when the sun sets. And they don't really wanna bleed from the gunplay. And like mine, niggas smoking weed on the one-way street, nigga. Yeah, we see we outside with it. Pull up to debates like we might be with it on guard. Side these niggas like bullshit and they fraud. Let me chop them down with the sword. Walk them down like they live bars. This the toughest you gon' be in, we too hard. And you don't really want that smoke, my G.
When two cultures collide, which one will stand to liberate the black community? First of all, I need to acknowledge why this debate is necessary.
Whose words will survive when we purge the lies? That curse the divine, cast the pearls to swine. Reverse the design, even merge divide. Side net a TV when two worlds collide. Might hurt to decide just who verbs will vibe. When we curve all the jive, whether girls or guys. No herbs left alive in this earthly skies. Side net a TV when two worlds collide. Clash of the titans, facts will enlighten. Some spitting mad, but they ain't half as exciting. This platform we battle for the souls of man. Those kidnapped and trapped upon stolen land. Doesn't matter where you at on this earth. Africa's the true origin of your birth. Teaching you true health and wealth. Knowledge of self-worth instead of killing your health, going to jail over turf. We all truth seekers asking questions. Should we seek them in the shrine lodge or the lessons? Is the answer ancestral science or religion? Is it freedom or Willie Lynch a little different? Is it Indian, Aboriginal, indigenous people? Should we worship money? Is it still a root of all evil? We all born women through shackles if we black. And the only thing that's gonna free us is the actual facts. Whose words will survive when we purge the lies? That curse the divine, cast the pearls to swine. Reverse the design, even merge divide. Side net a TV when two worlds collide. Might hurt to decide just who verbs will vibe. When we curve all the jive, whether girls or guys. No herbs left alive in this earthly skies. Side net a TV when two worlds collide. Is it the gods and earths or the Moors? Should we master UCC and commercial law? Is it being Muslim, Christians, or the Jews? Should we push the old school and need something new? Is it atheism, Egyptologists, Hebrew Israelites, flat earthers, herbalists to get our people right? I'm in R.I.S.E Squad, RBG, or New Covenant. Should we work for it? Should we overthrow the government? Should we all go for self, being savages and vultures? Pan-African, or is hip-hop our culture? Is it nationality or correct status? Should we integrate Me Too or Black Lives Matter? Should we hit the streets with the Panthers? Unify the gangs, is all out war the right answer? Or we Asiatic or Arabian? Should we just free Dr. York and be Nawapi and a Sabian? Whose words will survive when we purge the lies? That curse the divine, cast the pearls to swine. Reverse the design, even merge divide. Side net a TV when two worlds collide. Might hurt to decide just who verbs will vibe. When we curve all the jive, whether girls or guys. No herbs left alive in this earthly skies. Side net a TV when two worlds collide.
All right, peace and black power. We got Dr. Ali Muhammad in the building. And of course, Queen Sheba is in the building. I mean, Napah. Queen Napah is in the building. Peace and blessings, Queen. How you feeling?
I'm very honored and excited to be here with our brother, Dr. Ali Muhammad.
Why y'all keep calling me Ali Muhammad?
You need to.
That's the name we familiar with, brother. Come on.
Your friend and longtime colleague has been saying that. What is your name, brother?
Ali.
Dr. Ali.
OG, the chief God body. I call him the God body.
Excuse me. Very, very sorry. Forgive me. Dr. Ali, OG, the chief God body.
Yeah,
Ali. Just call me Ali.
No, I gotta do it. I gotta come correct now.
I was born with the name Ali. Call me Ali.
Ali is a Muslim name, right?
No.
It's not a Muslim name?
No, that's not the origin of that name.
Okay. All right.
Ali, we're here with the brother. Thank you for being here, Ali.
Right on the screen.
It's older than Islam.
Thank you to the audience. The audience is amazing. Thank you for being here. So I'm going to hand the mic back over to
The king.
Brother Ali or Sanetter. I'm going to mute out.
All right. Peace and blessings, Brother Ali. God body, I need you to let the people know, why are you here today? What would you be breaking down? And what will you be proving? This is going to be a nice discussion going back and forth. I told the queen, I said, don't run him away. Take it easy on Ali, because to me, a lot of the brothers I seen, it seems that they are the ones that get more emotional than the sisters. So I told her to take it easy on you today, Brother Ali, because we really want to have this debate with you, brother. We don't want you running or nothing like that. So, so go ahead and bring it down, Brother Ali.
All right. So peace to the audience, all those who love me and all those who hate me. I thank Sanetter for creating this environment so we can spar intellectually. And I thank the sister for contacting me and saying she wanted some heavyweights. Just tired of dealing with folk who wasn't on her level, basically. So I am here to talk about the Bible. In a scholastic session where eventually we're going to lead up to a debate. And as I understand, it's supposed to lead off Black History Month. We about to bring Black History Month in, talking about the absolute worst book in the history of the world.
Damn. Dropping bombs already, Ali.
Now, this is a discussion. People can get upset. Me and Napah are here to talk about scholarship. We're here to talk about history. We're here to educate the people to the best of our ability. And y'all get the benefit of us taking our time out on Sanetter's platform to learn something, and you will learn something. What I bring to the table is absolute clear scholarship that this book, from its inception to its end, has absolutely nothing to do with Black people at all in any way, shape, or form, from authorship to the discussion of the characters to their description, phenotypically, all aspects. This book has absolutely nothing to do with our people. But we have been subjugated to it, and we've done our best with the stories in it to make it meaningful in our struggle as a people with our identity and our past. So I do give credit to our people for taking the mythical stories of a mythical book and trying to give them meaning in our life. These characters in this book absolutely do not exist. They're not real people in history. But what they are is extractions from real characters for a people who don't have a history to get a history. And that people, for the most part, that I want to identify historically are the people we call Europeans, various types of Europeans. And so they didn't have a history. They came into a world where we had people writing on papyrus, clay, animal skins, and different types of ways of conveying their ancient heritage. And so it's like a child in a room. You see everybody else walking and talking and doing things. You raise your hand like, man, I want to do that. I want books. I want a history. I want an origin story. And so the Bible is their version of extracting from our various indigenous histories to create people like Hebrews who absolutely have no real historical foundation until people started naming themselves that. That's like if I wanted to name myself the blue-green people, and y'all say, well, Ali, there was never any blue-green people 5,000 years ago. I say, I don't care what y'all say. The blue-green people live, and then, hey, 100 years from now, we got 3 generations of blue-green people. And now the blue-green people become real. And so things like Israel had nothing to do with the Bible. Israel absolutely had nothing to do with the Bible. It did not originate with the Bible. It originated in another culture and meant another thing. Concepts like the Trinity have nothing to do with Christianity at first. These were things that they borrowed and put into a picture. So now I'm going to give you a movie. Have you ever seen the movie Usual Suspects? And the character Kaiser Sose. Well, what's that? It was Kevin Spacey when he was in there talking to the detective, and he was narrating a story about all these things that took place. He was being investigated. But what he was really doing was looking at the officer's wall and making up the story the whole time from the officer's wall. That officer's wall is our history as indigenous people. Canaanites, Egyptians, Eblites, Sumerians, all of the people who are around. And then you get these people who have no history, who steal a whole language, steal characters from other people, and put it together into their book. Now they have meaning. And they've taken that book to all across the world, to the world's indigenous people, and made them believe in a fairy tale. And so what I'm saying is authorship of the book has nothing to do with Africa or Asiatic Black people at all, except in stealing their traditions, their languages, and their mythos. And so this book comes from white people, specific times white people, and I must include this. The Arabs were the greatest progenitors and creators of the Bible in history. The Arabs.
Hey, real quick, Brother Ali. Napah, I see you sitting there. I should be seeing you writing. Writing.
I don't have to write.
I'm warming up. I'm not even talking about nothing yet.
No, he's not. He's just.
I'm not saying nothing yet.
Time out. Please listen to me for a minute. One thing, Ali, and you know this, when Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, because he is one of the best debaters in the world, when Khalid Muhammad is sitting down while the other person is speaking, You see the top of Khalid Muhammad head. He's writing down damn near everything you say so he can rebut it. And so he won't forget a point that you're saying. That's all I'm saying. There ain't nothing to go against me or nothing like that. I'm just trying to tell you what makes a great debate. Okay, carry on, Ali. Go ahead.
All right, so I use an example. I can hit one scholastic point. Lots of people who study the Bible use the character called Flavius Josephus as a scholastic era because of what he wrote, when he wrote it, etc. Flavius Josephus never existed. And so now we have to go back through history for people who are anchor points in our attempt to explain history, like Tacitus of Rome. Tacitus of Rome never existed. And so now what we have to do is deal with provenance in scholarship. All right, provenance means that we have an original document and we can say, we know this is an original document because of these scientific reasons that we went through. So people say there's an Ethiopian Bible and the Bible was in Ethiopia. They don't even know the real history of that real story. Once they get it from me, they're going to be blown away at how silly they are for believing that the Ethiopians have the oldest Bible and they had the Bible but no, that's not what happened. And so what I will be able to do is go through provenance and prove my point. The oldest Bible on the earth is just over 1,000 years old anyway. And so you got to know something about calendars. You got to know something about a lot of things. I'm not saying anything right now because this is a warm-up. I got a whole book. I can open up the book and go in. This is just a warm-up. I don't know how this flow of this conversation wants to go. I can go into the book though, but let's get the sister laying out.
I'm gonna tell you this though, Ali. This is where you're going wrong, and this is what's going to hurt you in the long run. Remember, you said none of these characters in the Bible ever existed, right?
Right.
So now I bring it all the way back to the Quran. Yeah. Your main man, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who you love, who you teach sometime, was he lying when he talked about Jesus? Was he lying?
Oh, he didn't know what he was talking about.
Hold on.
Elijah Muhammad was wrong when he tried to prove that Jesus existed.
Okay, so remember, so you're saying that the Quran also is false, you're saying?
Yeah, the Quran has mythical characters in it.
Okay, go ahead. Napah, are you there? Okay, carry on, Ali. Brother.
Right, so I mean, if y'all want me,
I'm here. I'm just.
I thought what we were doing was kind of warming up. I want to hear her premise.
Yes.
Am I supposed to interrupt the brother? I'm always told I'm interrupting. I didn't interrupt him.
Oh, no, we good. I was just kind of warming up, whatever. If you want to throw some statements out there, and then I can. When I come back to me, I'm gonna go into some specific points.
All right, go ahead, Napah. You got the floor.
Thank you, Sonnetter. So basically, what I'm hearing from you is that the Bible is something that's been constructed by white, and the word white people, we can't really use that word if we're going to talk about ancient times. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, it's general right now. I'll get specific.
Okay.
Don't cut her off, Ali. She ain't cut you off. Let her go.
So we can't really use even the word white people when we're talking about these ancient writings. We're going to have to be specific in each book, in each piece of literature, and examine them. And we don't have to do the whole book. We can just work on one piece at a time, and we will find out what people, wrote the piece of literature. And to be fair, I'll let you choose a piece, and I'll choose a piece or two or three or 100, and show that they are in fact written by people of what we know as today as Africa, what we know today as the Levant, the Middle East. But you have some other. You said that some white villains came in and just looked at all of that information and plagiarized it. I'm wondering how you're going to get past just the actual archaeological. I know, right? You're laughing because in your mad scientist mind, I'm thinking, is he going to say conspiracy? Somebody swiped it and said, "Hey, look, a bird," and changed it into something else. Like, how are you going to get past that? These are actually pieces of literature, writings, some of them found in a land where people, let's say Africa, or we'll say the Levant region in Egypt, where people of color who are not these villainous white, scary white men, that's where it was. How are you going to get past that? I'm trying to understand.
Yeah. I can go to, I'm gonna go into 2 points real quick. I'll give you an example of why I'm making the statement like I made. So we hear a lot about Ethiopian Bibles and things like that. So I'm gonna start with that story. All right. Let's see if I can get to it, and then I'll share.
So were you going to look at the Garima?
I'm going to show you exactly, and it's going to be very.
Yeah, I was wondering about the Ethiopian Bible. This should be very interesting. Did a sneaky, and I'm kind of lightening it up because you laughed. Did a white villain sneak into Ethiopia and slip the book into their hand under their pillow and leave? And they said, "Oh yeah, this is us," but it's really from a scary, sneaky white monster villain. I'm just curious.
Yeah, so I'm sharing my screen right now. So I got to bring my screen up. All right, so I'm just going to read some notes, and this is from a book that I wrote on this particular subject called "The White Man Who Wrote the Bible." All right, so let us start with Ethiopia having the world's oldest Bible. The claim is based on a set of gospels called the Garima Gospels. You just mentioned it, right? Allegedly, Garima, a monk, came from Constantinople with the Bible in 494 AD and made a full copy in one day. This is absolutely false. The Bible is on vellum, all right, which takes almost 30 days to prepare. So now we got to deal with what Bibles were written on. Were they written on vellum, parchment, papyrus, etc.? Because now then we can deal with who was producing the papyrus, the vellum, the parchment, how long it took, how many animals they had to use. Okay. All right. So let me keep reading. This is absolutely false. The Bible is on vellum in this period, this particular Bible, or aspects of the Bible, Gospels, which takes almost 30 days to prepare. Even if it was on parchment, papyrus, or even on clay or in stone, such a work being completed in one day is impossible. Here's a quote from an article on the subject. The world's earliest illustrated Christian book has been saved by British charity, which located it at a remote Ethiopian monastery. The incredible Garima Gospels are named after a monk who arrived in the African country in the 5th century and is said to have copied them out in just one day. Beautifully illustrated, the colors are still vivid and thanks to Ethiopian Heritage Fund have been conserved. Abba Garima arrived from Constantinople in 494 AD, and the legend has it that he was able to copy the Gospels in a day because God delayed the sun from setting. All right, so let's get that source right there. Ethiopian Bible is the oldest and most complete Bible on earth. All right. And so this is him holding it. All right. So now when we start looking at the Garima Gospels and going based on the oral tradition that was given to us, we have to look at this and say, okay, if I go to Ethiopia right now and they give me the oral tradition of how this book got where it was, and they start telling me that God delayed the setting of the sun and that this book is on vellum, and now I have a whole chapter in here where I break down how long it would take to produce a Bible like this on vellum, and whether even one man could produce that particular Bible, and how they went about producing Bibles when they started writing these particular things. I talk about that, but I'm gonna if you don't want to comment on this point right now, I'll leave it there because I have a lot more to say about the Garima Bible and its origins, but I just wanted to start there. The second point that I wanted to go
I
to.
do want to ask you. So you're saying Abba Garima, he comes to Ethiopia and copies the Ethiopian Bible, the Gospels, right? Is that I'm just recapping so I'm clear on what you're saying.
No, he brought the Gospels from Constantinople.
So what were you saying about the vellum incident, about it being
the vellum is okay? What is it written on? Meaning the type.
No, I know what vellum is. I'm saying how is that relevant?
It's relevant to their story because the story says that God stopped the sun from setting, and He did it in one day. You cannot prepare a Bible on vellum in one day.
So let's say they're embellishing on that, which every single.
They are embellishing.
Okay, yes. Let's say, how does that prove that that there's some sinister white conspiracy, for lack of better words?
That's not what I said on this particular point. I was about a white conspiracy. All I said in this particular point is that it came from Constantinople. Now we can go and deal with who was in Constantinople at that particular time.
Okay.
All right. It wasn't no Africans in Constantinople.
Doesn't have to be Africans, number one, but
or any type of brown melanated people.
It doesn't have to be. See, we're not going to do that. We're going to stick to exactly who it is.
I'm not going to be able to speak. Wait. I'm talking right now.
I know, but I was talking. But go ahead.
Yeah. You asked me a question.
No, I actually was making a statement. But go ahead. It's all right.
Yeah. Well, make your statement then.
I just want to get this debate in. I'm gonna let
you can't create straw man arguments for what I'm saying.
You're doing the straw man, actually. You're saying vellum.
I made my statement about Garima, the setting sun, and a Bible.
That's a straw man.
That's not a straw man.
That is. You know why it's a straw man, sir? Let me
define a straw man argument and
tell me let me tell you
stating that the sun, they have a tradition. This is an Ethiopian tradition that the sun was delayed and the book was written in one day.
Okay.
So now that's their tradition. It has nothing to do with straw man anything.
Do you mind if I speak now without you? I know I like it. You like it. I love it. But when I do it, people go, wah. So you get it in. Now let me ask you a question. You said straw man. You said that the Bible didn't come from any type of indigenous. I'm saying this because that's what it equates to. You're saying everything that we know about the Bible is false. You're saying that the regions that it comes from, it's not authentic. That's the core of your argument. I'm saying, how does vellum and the sun stopped prove that the Bible is not authentic? That's a straw man. Now I'm gonna hand it back over to you.
No, that's not a straw man. You don't understand what a straw man argument is. You just
I know what a straw man is.
No.
Go ahead.
You just created the straw man argument. What you are doing is not addressing the point. The point that I'm making is no, you're not. The point that I made is that there were no Bibles in this area written in one day. What I am doing in that instant is showing you how ridiculous the stories about the origins of the Bible is in preparation to walk me into my subject. And so now anybody who's in the chat, anybody who's watching this, they will get two things from what I said. They get, this is the Ethiopian tradition that the Bible was written on vellum in one day. One, knowing that is impossible. So now what we have is we're destroying a false construct about Ethiopian Bibles being the oldest Bibles and some holy thing happened. No, it's ridiculous to believe that some book was written down on vellum in one day. That's the point that I'm making. If you're going to say, no, the Bible in Garima Gospels, that is not what they said in Ethiopia. Their real tradition or story about it is this. You're not attacking the point. And so now that's what makes your point a straw man argument, because when I do go to the white people and talk about the construction, you can critique that particular point. You can't critique a point that I haven't made yet.
Okay. Do you mind if I speak now? And thank you. Just let me get in here. We're not in here trying to dispute or find out if it was actually a day. That's not relevant to this conversation.
It is relevant to this conversation.
Notice I didn't interrupt him, but he still come, brother.
I got two fingers. You keep doing the same thing. We're not gonna get anywhere. We're not gonna get anywhere.
You can do this, Ali. You can do this.
No, you can do this.
Brother, let me finish.
She's circling the wagons, and you gotta realize you came in here to be with a silverback, and you acting like I'm supposed to treat you like you some kind of Queen of Sheba.
No, you gotta let her speak though, Ali.
I can't even talk.
What I'm saying is, I will not ever let you make straw man arguments about what I just said.
I haven't
the
even
audience
spoken.
is sitting here looking at how you're wasting their time, because if you're not going to comment on that particular point about whether the tradition is false or whether the Ethiopian Bible was actually not written in a day, we can go to the next point. If you're not going to comment on that particular point, you're not. Okay. You can't draw lines on things that I haven't even made points on yet. You can't do that.
All right. So you said
now, Ali, you seen how she was quiet. Please, brother, let her get hers out. Let her speak. Because you ain't going to be able to do this in the debate, brother. You're going to have to take it. Go ahead, Napah.
So he said something. I need to just get this out of the way. Don't paint that narrative. I have the utmost respect for you, and I've been respecting you. Even Sonetter's like, Napah, you're going to jump in. I let you talk and talk and talk. So don't you dare paint that narrative that I'm treating you like a silverback gorilla. And by the way, silverback gorillas are the real king of the jungle. Those are one of my favorite animals. So that was wrong. You said you're not going to sit here like the queen and I'm a silverback. That's in your mind, in your head. I don't know anything what's going in your head, but we're going to get back to the conversation. Like I said, we're here to address your claim that the Bible is absolutely false. It has been constructed in a fraudulent way. It has been put together by a group of sinister, evil white people. And for all throughout all time, it's the worst book in the entire world. That was your statement. We're going to address that. When you come in and say it couldn't have been one day because it was written on vellum, you're not proving anything for your point. That has nothing to do with your point. I want you to address this, since we could just go back and forth. We'll get back on this. You can keep talking about this topic, but I want to find out why the Bible has been, let's use the Qumran scrolls. Why portions of the Bible, book of Isaiah and other things, why was it found in a cave in Africa? Africa. I'm just going to throw that little one out. That one's just a tiny little hors d'oeuvre. Why was it authentic pieces, fragments of the Qumran scrolls? Why were they found right there in Egypt, in Kemet? That's Africa. And you get back to your, I figured it out that vellum needs 3 days to dry. But I want you to address how actual authentic pieces of the Bible were found in Africa. Did some evil white man go in a time machine and plant them there? I'm going to mute out for you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so now let's deal with that particular point, because the Bible tells stories about people. And so one of the points or claims that I made is that they stole the names and the narrative surrounding the names from other people. So whether you later found something in a cave in Africa don't matter, because that's not the source. I could go find the damn Bible on Mars right now and say, oh, damn, is the Bible Martian because it was found on Mars? No, it's not. It came from somewhere before it was found on Mars. So let's do that. I want to share my screen right now. So hit that share sign. I'm about to show something, because I had the same argument with the unintelligent Garfield Reed on this. Let's go. All right, so if you can, let me zoom in a little bit so I can show you what I'm showing here. All right, so you see the date on that? Can everybody see the date on that? July 28th, 2017. All right, so back then, this was about 6 years ago, I made a statement that the word Israel, which is very important to the Bible because it's written all over the Bible, and the concept of Israel being tied to Jacob and the lineage of prophets, et cetera, et cetera. As a matter of fact, according to the Bible, Jacob was wrestling with the angel or wrestling with God, and then God gave him that particular name. So whether this book is from God or whether the scholarship of accuracy on that particular point, we can deal with both. And no, it's not from God. And no, there was no character named Jacob wrestling with no damn angel and receiving the name Israel. Israel comes from the Ebla tablets. And since now we have a narrative about what the Bible talks about, no matter where you find it at on the earth, we have to deal with the source of the origin of the stories and then how it got into the hands of other people. So now Garfield said, no, 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 no. Israel is not in the Ebla tablets. So I did a whole live video, which is still on my Facebook page, going live. And this is the Ebla tablets. This is a screenshot, and I'm going to tell you why I did this screenshot. All right, so let me make this a little bit smaller so you can see the point that I'm making. This photo is taken from the live 2017 lecture that I did on the subject. As you can see here from the screenshot from the video, I am showing the 18 times that Israel is mentioned in the archives. This is the Ebla archives. You can go to the Ebla archives. It's a live site. I gave the text location for each mention. Since that time, administrators of the Ebla archives have removed the listings and attempted to make them difficult to find, which you can still find it there. And I talk about that in the book. The word Israel was a call for protection, what we call an epithet for the god El. El was a deity in the Ebla tablets. This deity was a Levantine, Middle East, prominent god amongst various groups. The most important thing is El was depicted as a black god. So now you have El and you have Israel. Israel meant to protect El. That's all it meant. And El was an idol, one of the idols in the Eblaite pantheon here. The peoples of Canaan also venerated El. The people called Jews stole these terms and gods from indigenous people. So now when the story is presented in the Bible, you have these people called Israel. No one in the Bible is telling you anything about this coming from Ebla and that this is a deification of the god El. They're trying to make this a people, a person and a people. All right. So now you have false characterization of an original term by whoever the people, and we're going to identify them, who are writing the Bible. The people called Jews stole these terms and gods from indigenous peoples in the Levant and made it appear that these were their deities based on the Bible. As stated, Jacob did not wrestle with an angel and get the name Israel. I'm going to keep going. All right, just so you can see a depiction. All right, this is El. And you can see him with these Egyptian motives. This is El. Now you keep going and you start to find other names, like the name for a prophet named Abram, who later had his name changed to Abraham. And here in the Ebla tablets, you have a leader in Ebla called Ebrium. He was a military leader. All right. This particular person is mentioned here. Let's zoom in so you can see it. Right here, I'm pointing to his name. The line and dot is still in that particular place in the Ebla tablets, the archives that I'm in. And this is his name. All right. With the same Semitic root as Abram or Abraham, or as you say in the Arabic part, Ibrahim. All right, so this is an Eblaite leader. There's no mention of Ebla in the Bible. There's nobody telling you where these names come from. Let's keep scrolling. And then you see the name Israel again. This mention of Israel that I'm pointing out, and I cite where I get it from, is still in there. So they only took some of them out. All right, but I have them by line and dot. So now what am I saying and why is this important? I mean, here is another screenshot from the online live lecture. This one shows the words Ibrahim and Israel in the same sentence, just to bring it home. Isra in the Eblaite language means protection, and El was the deity. Why would the Ebla Archives administrators want this information away from the general public? Let's ask ourselves, is there any argument against a plain truth? This simply means the authors of the Bible are not prophets from a glorious God. They are arch deceivers who stole other people's language, culture, and even gods to use for themselves. Not only did they do that, then they pointed to those people and said they're evil, or had connotations that they are cursed people like Canaan. Canaanites were using the term El for all these times, and you go steal their God. Now in your literature, you have a marketing campaign against the Canaanites. Not only that, they have a language that you actually stole and you named it Hebrew, as if Hebrew is ancient. No, it's not ancient. It's stolen property.
Time.
So they, hold on. Let me read this last point. They then denigrated those cultures in their Bibles and Talmuds. They stole whole real people's identities and created characters modeled after them to hide the history. The Bible is the world's greatest fraud. And I still haven't showed the cross connection. I'm just warming up. I'm not going to give you all my stuff for the debate, but for the audience, this is what I'm trying to say. I can go page to page, 66 books, 80 books, I don't care what it is, and show you where they stole it from. And then what I will do is show who stole it, on what date, in what text, etc. All right, so.
All right, hold on, Dr. Ali. Notice she didn't interrupt you one time, brother. Please.
You got to defend your wife, man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
why are you doing that? Why are you saying your wife? I'm another person on the panel.
Defend your wife. It's important.
No.
Hold on.
What is that?
I know what I'm dealing with in here.
No,
I know what I'm
dealing
with here.
Ali, no.
Go ahead, sis. I ain't got nothing to say. As soon as she start talking, I will be quiet.
This
I
is
won't say
second time
one
I'm not
thing.
doing this.
And when you say time with her and we engage,
What the hell is wrong with him?
Napah. Hey, listen.
Napah.
Ali, all I'm saying is, Ali, disrespect her. That's all I'm saying. Let her speak. Go ahead, Napah.
I'm going to say something, and I mean it. We're all adults here. We don't, nobody, it wasn't about me being his wife. I'm another person on the panel. Look how disrespectful this. I thought it, wow, I'm shocked. He's very disrespectful. I really had respect for him, but look how he acts. He gets up and leaves.
That's my daughter. I'm sorry about that.
I don't know. I can't read your mind. I don't know who it is. What I'm saying is this. Don't do that, please, Ali. And please don't speak over me. Don't bring, oh, it's your wife. He does this with everybody.
Everybody, Ali.
Anybody. Don't do that. Have some composure and discipline, please. I don't even have, honestly, I don't even know what to do. I can't. I'm good. I'm good, Sonia. I'm mute out. You go ahead and do what you need to do. I'm gonna sit here. I'm still here, but something has to happen. He can keep talking if he needs to.
Ali, you funny, man. Come on, man. Pay attention, bro. She sat there and listened to you. Look at you now. You gotta be focused, man. Come on, Ali.
Whoa, can I say something? You mean to tell me the rule is I have to look at her?
No.
Y'all crazy? What kind of? Do I need to hang this up, bro? I gotta look at her, bro. I ain't saying nothing. I agree not to talk. I'm in here gathering books. I got a whole wall.
Go ahead, brother. Do your thing. Go ahead, Napah.
Grabbing books. I can't grab books.
I don't need to say anything else. I don't. I want him to. I swear to God, I just want him to keep talking. Let him talk.
I ain't saying, you know what?
He's very. I didn't know you were this immature. Go ahead, finish talking. You're scared, but you are very scared. I know that.
Grown man. I don't play games with no little girls.
You said that you don't want to run nobody. Come on, come on. See, now he done ran away. He done ran away, man. Damn, and family, everybody heard me when I first came on. What did I say, y'all? I'm gonna see if y'all remember what I said. I'm waiting for the chat now. I'm waiting for the chat. Because y'all always talking about the women are so emotional. Y'all always say that. What did I say, yo? What did I tell y'all? Huh? Come on.
And what's sad is there's a bunch of incels and misogynists saying that woman is so silly. She did it.
Oh no, that nigga blocked. I just blocked that nigga.
I didn't even get to speak. And he started going off talking about your wife. And that's not right. Now, hopefully, he had to stop and do something and he'll come back. And Sonetta, all I said is he's being immature. This man, I didn't even barely speak to him. If he wanted to do a presentation, he should have said, I want to come in and do a presentation. We were supposed to dialogue, but it's okay. I know I didn't. You know how I can go in on people. I showed him, I have respect for him up and now I'm confused. Mm-hmm. Like what happened just now? All the things about it's your wife, and he didn't even have to say that. And really, I wish I could have just sat there and just let him talk.
Yeah, because I'm saying that right there shouldn't have even bothered you from the beginning when he said that. So what? You my wife.
No, it's not that it bothers me.
But, no, what I'm saying is,
I can't even speak here. I can't.
Yeah, because what I'm saying is, you know how these niggas are, man.
But guess what?
They wear their emotions on their sleeve.
So I have to get a baby diaper and a bottle?
Yeah.
Or do I do the toughest? Let me say this. Family. Sonetta, it's not.
I don't want to hear nothing else from none of y'all niggas, right? When y'all talk about y'all don't want to debate women because they are this and because they are that. I don't want to hear nothing else from you niggas about that. Because they stronger mentally than you niggas. I don't want to hear that no more.
Look at Carl Willis. Bad idea to let females debate.
You weak, you effeminate as hell, man. And you come off strong. But in reality, you niggas are weak mentally. And these sisters are stronger than you niggas. So don't tell me that shit about, nah, man, I don't debate women because they this and they get emotional. Y'all just seen what the hell happened just now. It's just crazy to me, man. And that's what the Zodiac ass would do too. He would do the same damn thing. That's why he make these excuses. That's why they make these damn excuses, because they know Nepal will whip their fucking ass. I'm sorry for cursing, man, but I'm mad at this point.
And at this point, I got to say shout out to my sister, Christina. Christina is a bad ass debater. She stays in the fight. Look, if you got to take a break, get a water break, go to your corner and come back out, great. I love my sisters. Do not act like I'm disrespecting even Ali even right now. The brother, when
Dr. Ali, my man.
Sonetta, when I said don't say the husband-wife thing, I don't want him to make people think I'm getting favored. That's what I'm trying to get my words out.
I know what you mean.
It's like the people are going to say, oh, Sonetta's favoring Napah.
But
that's why I said don't say that.
That's what I'm saying. The people see I'm not. Every time he speak, you don't say nothing. When you speak, he's saying something. So that's why I had to say, Ali, just let her speak. And I was going to say, just let her be respectful to her. Let her speak, bro. She just lets you speak. Let her speak. And so I'm saying, damn, but it's not your fault. Because you don't know.
He got mad because I said he's immature. And then he called me a little
these
girl.
brothers long, man.
Okay.
I know these brothers for years.
And so, you know, Sonetta, let me say this. When I said you're being immature, he was being, to me, immature, but that was a soft spot for him, or maybe he was just waiting for an excuse. But then he called me a little girl, so he got his link back.
Hit the link, Christina, and say what you said to me, to Nepal, about as far as what y'all can do, as far as going back and forth with questions.
Damn. But I'm just saying, listen, if you're listening, Ali, come on, brother. You didn't even give me a chance to get a full statement out.
Damn, he ran from the debate. Not my man Ali, man. Shout out. See, Ali can dish it, but he can't take it. And that's what you got to get, my brother Ali. We love you over here, man. I love you, brother. I'm not trying to let you go and make 10 videos on me.
But when I said immature, is that really disrespectful?
To some people, they get offended.
But considering how he was acting, like he wouldn't sit still, and I don't need him to look at me like he was making like I got to stare at you. No, we're doing a discussion. If you had something to do, that's fine. But if I'm gonna tell you, Ali, if you wanted to sit here and have me, oh, Ali, that's great information. You should have gone over to Unscrambled Minds, not my sister Dulcinea and Robin, not Dulcinea and Robin, but the rest of. Oh, tell us more, Ali. No, I'm not the one, brother. I'm not the one. I do research. Okay. So sorry about that. So yeah, so sorry about that. Anyway, maybe he'll still do the debate. I don't know. Like this is just
We can't count on stuff like that.
right.
Because if we set it up and try to sell tickets, see, when people do that, it just messes up the trust. And I don't want people wasting their money. I want people to be able to come in. It just messes up business.
You know what it was? I'm gonna be real, y'all, because we talk about I talk about my sisters. I gotta go in on him. When I told him, when he saw that, just the top of the pinata stick, he said, "Oh shit, I can't tell this bullshit up here. It's not gonna work." That's why he talked so long, and I just let him talk, because he never said anything about the Qumran scrolls. He never told us about the authentic fragments of these scrolls. He talked about the Canaanite god El. We already know about that god, Ali. This is 2024 in the toughest environment in the HOK. Everybody who tunes in knows about the god El and that it's in the Bible. You didn't bring any information, my brother. Now it's still love and respect, but come on, brother. Stop. Peace, Christina. Come on.
Peace and blessings, sis. I just want to say you had exceptional decorum. So don't let nobody tell you otherwise. I can tell that you had respect for the brother. I can tell that you wanted him to get his information out. And I could tell that he already was too antsy. He was too froggy. So even him starting with the Ethiopian Bible, that is a farce. That is a non sequitur. So he already knew you were about to come for his information. So he was getting upset. So I just want you to know, I would love to hear the information. This is one of my favorite topics. And so I don't know why he would be starting with the Ethiopian Bible and not the Septuagint, not some of the older canons. And then even the Ethiopian Bible came from manuscripts. So why are we not talking about the manuscripts? So the brother's already pseudo to me. And I really feel like he didn't want to get exposed. So when he acted like you were doing a straw man, he knew you were really about to get him on the title because he was getting away from the title.
I love you. I'm giving you a virtual hug. See, this is my sisters. That's what I'm talking about. Drop some bombs right now.
I'm just saying, like, why we ain't talking about? Why we ain't talking about the steel? What is it called? The Marinetta?
Yes, the Merlin. It's Stele. I can't say the Merlin. What is it? You see, I don't know how to do the Kemet sonnet, or do you know it? Put it in the chat, family. But yes,
they know what we're talking about. The MERNEPTAH step.
Yeah, I had to spell during our debate.
It's like why we ain't talking about that first? Why we going where he want to go, and he trying to dominate and control. And when he see that you're being cool, you're like, you can have it. You're not even listening. It's like when you're playing tug of war and you let the rope go.
Yeah.
It's like you just let the rope go. Like he's like, you didn't even argue with him. So I just want you to know, just for the record, anybody who did not see that brother in his feelings, did not see him run just now, you are being disingenuous. You got to be honest that she did nothing that was reproachable at all.
Oh, wow, Christina, you just stole my heart. I love you. You know, we still gonna get it in, but I have gained so much love and respect for you to get up here and do this because you didn't have to do that for me. You are no longer my arch nemesis, sis.
Now, Christina, tell her.
I love you for that. Thank you, Christina. Thank you.
No problem. When you go back and watch the beginning, though, I was talking my talk. So, so I don't want that.
That's okay.
I don't want that to discredit the fact that I can be honest.
No. Talk to her about
what I love about
I was telling
about the going back and forth. The question.
So I was telling Sonetta, because we still have this little stench about the last debate. We're going to have to address it. And so if he wants, what we can do is we can have a little fun, little kind of trivia game where we can see who knows the most about Kemet or the Levitical priesthood, by asking each other questions, like in a Jeopardy type style. Or
I'll
just
do
going
it.
back and forth. And it'll be a fun game. It's not, some points you'll get, some points you won't get. It's not about getting everything right. But you come with some prepared questions. I come with some prepared questions, and we can go pound for pound for questions to see if we would answer it right. Like even if you want to do, do multiple choice style if that makes it easier, or it could just be fill in the blank or something. It doesn't matter.
I
But we'll
love
have
it.
the
I
answer
love it.
already on the card.
So when are
So
you
I
ready?
said we can do that.
When are you ready?
When are we to do that? Go back and forth.
Yeah,
My
when are you
schedule.
ready, Christina?
Give me a couple days to get my questions ready. Let's get our questions together. What today is?
Oh, give me a date. Give me a date.
Well, let her give us a date. We just have to do it right here.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Give me a date.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
right now.
And I would like
No,
to
not
follow
right
it
now.
up.
Give me a date.
Let's do it. We can do it. What today is? A Thursday. Let's do it next Wednesday.
Today is the
Now,
7th.
you sure? Are you sure?
Well, you trying to pin me down? If you let me look at my schedule,
because I want to get a flyer ready for the people.
We can really. We'll have it done. All right, listen. We'll do it next week. Period.
Okay.
So you have my word on that.
Wonderful. And before you
so
go,
we'll
I want to
get
say
a real date though, so that I can know that my kids got extracurricular. So let's just make sure it's a good date and a good time. But it will be next week. Period. No more than 7 to 10 days. And then I was saying we can also drop the debate and do commentary. We can stop and do commentary, or we can do something afterwards or something, and just settle it once and for all, so we don't go into another debate with like baggage. Does that make sense?
I got you. No, I love it. Okay, that sounds good. We're gonna talk in the back too. I'm gonna talk to you before we well, not the back now, but like off the air. Because if you remember what I was talking about before, that really, really is my issue. But if you don't have a problem with, I don't want to say it in front of the people. I know they want to see that debate, Christina. They're not going to play us and make it like sisters don't have hot debates. You get what I'm saying? That's where I'm coming from. And not our people right here, but that is one of the most sought after debates on this channel. Am I lying, Sonetter? That's the debate between Christina and me. That's one of the most sought after.
I mean, everybody want that.
Well, I'll tell y'all what. Let them pay. All right. I would love to negotiate some kind of stipend for this too, though. Yes. I'm saying this on the air, but let's do a commentary on Zoom, a paid play for play commentary.
Yes.
On Zoom, and they have to come in, and we can still bring more information. We can bring new information. We can bring new rebuttals, but we're gonna bring commentary to what is being watched.
All right, I'm with you 100%. Yes, got it.
We're so they can see it. So like we'll play a round, and then there'll be commentary on the round. Play the next round, commentary on the round. You see what I'm saying? Like that.
That sounds very good.
Does that make sense?
I love it. Thank you, Christina.
But I need the people in the chat to support. I need all the big mouths that's talking about the debate. We need you to pay for the ticket. And I need Sanetta.
The number one though, Christina. You got to get your dog. You got to get your boy.
Jesus is out of pocket, and it has nothing to do with
you. Don't want to pay. He always he don't support you. He wants shit free.
Don't tell her that. Don't tell her that.
No, she knows. He didn't even support this debate.
Yeah. So I'll make sure he buys the first ticket.
There you go. Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
One more thing. I need everybody to be quiet.
The loudest person.
I need everybody to be quiet. One more thing. This is off the topic. Be on the lookout for the Indiana Pacers, man. Them young boys, man.
Oh my goodness.
Them young boys, man. They kick Milwaukee in their butt. Them young boys is not playing. So I'm looking at the Indiana Pacers over Miami. Y'all playing games. Them young boys are balling, and they got a little taste of what the championship and playoffs would look like and feel like. Just be on the lookout for them. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What's the official debate for you and Ali, or when is that? Because if the brother,
I don't even know if it's going down the way he jumped out.
I was about to say, if he runs from you, I would love to pick it up.
Oh, there you go. But no, you and Napah might feel the same way. Y'all will have to change topics.
No, I'm talking about on the Bible debate.
Oh, you mean if he wants to debate you instead? Listen, let me tell you.
I'm not saying it come from white man.
No, I'm saying I have the same position as Napah on this.
Right.
So if he's running from Napah, you see what I'm saying?
Christina, if he won't debate, you're harder than me. You wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like,
but I would love to see what he felt like you did wrong. Like you really
I don't know,
was being respectful to the brother.
You can have it if he takes it. You're more than welcome. I swear. Like, I don't even know. Saying you're immature is like, come on, bro. All you have to do is say, sister, please don't call me immature, and we could keep going with the information. And Anyways, Ali, come on back and get your
right. Like, at least be a man of your word, Ali.
Yeah,
Once your
one more thing to my people. One more thing to my people. Them Indiana Pacers are for real. It wasn't like they was doing this for nothing. Each man on the team get $500,000. Each man, if whoever win, they get $500,000. Can you imagine the players that's on the bench that's not even getting $2 million? And they get, come on, man. Do you know what that'll do for them? So they get $500,000 whoever wins the tournament. You know what I'm saying? And the Lakers might end up getting knocked off by this team here that they playing.
Sonnet, are you taking us way out?
New Orleans. I'm sorry, but I'm a sports head when it comes to this basketball.
Yes, I like all those ideas. Family, you heard it here. We will definitely sit down, do that trivia thing, and then we'll also work out the Zoom situation with the
and let's get it settled. Let's get it settled because in February, me and the sister trying to set up another debate. We definitely don't want to bring a dead man into this debate. So let's
y'all got to come up with a topic, Christina.
We're gonna do the debate in February, and we I don't know what we could. The thing about the topic, see, I'm on this thing about the femininity of God. You know, the feminine aspect of God. So I don't know how you feel about that. We talked about that a little bit, Christina. She surprised me. She said she wasn't completely opposed to that idea.
Well, we got Zion Lex. Zion Lex will be the first one coming in to open up for the month of February. And we got Zion Lex going up against, let me get the flyer where we at. Zion Lex will be going up against Vocab Malone. That's going to be fire in itself right there. So be on the lookout for that. And y'all see the title. Who are the biblical Israelites today? February the 3rd. February the 3rd. So be on the lookout for that, y'all.
That's looking good. That's looking good.
And then we got the 10th would be open. We haven't quite filled that spot yet.
Aren't you going on the 10th?
No, we're supposed to do the 17th when we figure out
17th, right?
And then
so
in the
do you want to debate whether the Holy Spirit is a woman?
Is the spirit the feminine? Not exactly woman, but feminine. I would use that wording. Yeah, the Holy Spirit is a feminine spirit. Do you believe that?
I would want to talk about it clean.
Right. You said
yeah.
What do you think? Come on, Christina. Shit, we might get the title tonight.
I believe that feminine and masculinity is a construct, and that's to help us to understand things better. So I think that's a construct to help us to understand qualities. I really don't think that it means he's a woman or he's a feminine. I would put the Holy Spirit in the masculine, just because the Bible does that.
I think you got a debate then.
But when it comes to, wisdom being personified as a woman, we see that in the Bible as far as personification and figurative language. It does not make it absolutely. It's figurative. That means
let me
it's not
say this
literal.
to you, Napah. I don't like that debate for you. And I think
we could do a more concrete.
No, hold on. I'm gonna tell you why. Even though you'll do good, you and Christina have a nice battle, but the Hebrew's gonna automatically give you a loss because you know them niggas are biased. They don't want that. All of them, you're gonna be going up against so many of them, and I don't want that no more, man. I want it to be a nice debate, Bible debate on scriptures. Because these Hebrews and all them, they're going to go against you.
They're going to go against me anyway. But I hear you. We don't have to do that debate.
Talking about. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
We need to do something, though.
Yeah, let's do. Do you believe in the 12 tribes, Kristen?
I don't do that.
The 12 tribes chart?
Yes.
No.
The chart. I don't argue that chart.
Okay.
Because I don't understand how there could be Tainos in different like in Puerto Rico, there are Tainos. In Jamaica, there's Taino history, and in the DR, there's Taino history, but they are different tribes. That doesn't make sense.
Hey, I need my people in the chat. Come up with a title, y'all. Come up with titles y'all would like to see. Everybody. And then we might end up looking at one.
So I tell you what we could do.
Evolution versus creation.
We already did one of those with Dulcinea.
Not you and Christina.
Nah.
We can during the Bible trivia, we can start off with the Kemet and the Levitical priesthood, but we can go into a general session about the Bible last, and then just see where we disagree on some things.
Yes.
So we could do that during the trivia as well, if you want to do that, just to see what we clear on some things, see where we disagree on some things. You know what I mean? Or
right. Yeah, that'll bring it out more, because there was something that you actually. Oh, obviously, you're good on the whole. Women, obviously, women can teach thing. That would be a debate. I was killing vocab.
You believe that women can teach, though, right?
Yes, I was beating my brother vocab up. You believe too, obviously, right?
Most definitely, yeah. I had one of my debate league, one of the ultimate debates. That was one of the biggest debates we had, was between me and Professor Mack on that one. Yeah.
Oh wow, he's gone.
Yeah,
obviously.
he did a loser's run. You know, I got that effect on people.
Well, I wish we did the rape doctrine, but we already did that with Naphtali.
We didn't do a technical debate on the rape doctrine. But
you don't want to do that debate.
You believe the Bible sanctions rape?
Yes, you do not. You got my heart right now. I want to do you like that.
Right, you'll get beat up, man.
I do not want to beat you.
Do you believe? So you believe that when you just give me the title? What would the title be for that?
I really don't want to debate you on that.
Yes, you don't want to beat you up like that.
I mean, I do want to beat the information up that she brings,
so would
but
you
not
say
that.
that the Bible condones rape? Does it sanction rape? What would you say?
My debate was, does the Bible condone and mitigate for rape in certain instances in the Bible? And yes, it does. But I done that debate. You know what, Christina? I've debated that with JJ. Naphtali,
I think
Black Jesus.
About Jesus being the serpent. What's that about?
Oh, I did. Jesus is a serpent. I did against Black Jesus. And
JJ. Just tell me, what's your premise for that? Like, why you say that?
Because the serpent is it's not an actual snake. It is a heavenly being. And there were the council. Oh, by the way, in the beginning, that is not, I say that is not the individual God. That is a council, the Elohim. So that's what my position is.
Do you want to debate on that, about the divine council?
Oh, so do you believe that the Elohim is divine counsel, or you believe it's God?
I don't listen. I believe that in the beginning, when God created the heaven and the earth, that there is not talking about the divine counsel.
So you believe that's just the one God of the
Bible.
triune
God.
There we go.
The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. See, those are spirits.
What do you feel? What do you feel the role of the divine counsel was?
To to bring forth this existence, this world, so to speak, that we have.
Look at what Amon-Ra McCarthy put in the chat.
Esoteric spiritual experience. Is it good or evil? I know, right? Oh, I do. Thank you, Amon-Ra McCarthy. I do. I was looking for a debate about
ghosts.
Ghosts and the scripture where it says, I suffer not a witch to live, and it talks about astrology and speaking to those who have transitioned. Is it evil? But again, now that's a complicated. A lot of people will be calling up me pseudo. I can go back to that thing about the Elohim, though, that we might have something there. When you say the divine, the triune, that would embody those three spirits would be in that council, but it wasn't just three. But
the divine council, what would you say that it makes up? Would it makes up all gods and goddesses? Would it make up just angels? What is the divine council to you?
In the creation story, it was an a specific elite group of spiritual beings that then they were in spirit form, and then through what some people might say thought or consciousness or spirit, they manifested themselves into this what we call this realm, and then they continued to create. So there was a group.
How many beings would you say it was?
I can't say. It's not, because there's nothing to show that there might be a couple things like in Psalms.
I got a good title. Y'all ready? And Nepal will be taking this approach. Is the Most High God a narcissist? I say yes.
No, that's not my debate.
What you say, Christina? Christina?
She's probably doing something.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't take that.
I say yes. Come on, you'll win that easy, Nepal. With all the scriptures where he tells you, yo, you cannot get to the kingdom but through me. He tell you I'm a jealous God. He tell you all kind of stuff. You know? I mean, you could easily prove that God is a narcissist. Break down the word narcissist first. Go into the meaning and definition of it.
Do that, sis? Would you want that debate?
I'll do it with you just for fun. Me and you could do that just for fun. Yeah.
Let him do that with you for fun, because I'm not taking a debate like that.
I'll take that debate with you just for fun, just for content. Yeah.
She's a wise woman. You're a wise woman.
Yeah, no,
that's easy. That's easy. Watch this. To my chat, to my audience, if I was to ask you, is God a narcissist? What would you say, yes or no? Yes or no? Yeah, let's see Saul debate a woman. Black Science Supreme funny. Yeah. I'll have that discussion with Christina for real.
See, you can't even say anything. That's why I asked the brother not to say wife, because somebody said Sa's picking the titles that he'll think Napah will win. We're just talking, my friend. I don't
think Napah will win that title, because every Hebrew and Christian would say no. See, so you're wrong on that. If you are Abrahamic faith and Bible believer, Napah would lose to the audience. See, she would definitely lose.
Oh, Christina came in on another. I'm gonna remove this one, and then there you go. So yeah, so we'll figure something out. I think that Elohim thing, I might be able to kick that around, but definitely the serpent. I already done that one, but I was telling you the serpent is one of the council that wasn't selfish. One of the council that said, now that the Elohim is narcissistic, that talking about that part, the serpent and different, not just the serpent that I'm talking about in Genesis 3, that which is Jesus. There was a group of them that went with Jesus, just like you see in the New Testament, and they did righteously.
Topic, Nepal.
What?
Christina, you there?
Yeah, I hear her talking about the council. What did she say about Jesus?
Let's talk. Let's do this.
He stopped me.
What did you say about Jesus?
Because Black Jesus ran from this debate. Let's do the free will debate.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
We have free will, and I know you saying yes.
I did that with Neo. Remember? Let me ask you.
Yeah, but you ain't do it with us.
We got free will or no?
Yeah, but you ain't do it with us.
So you did that debate. So you believe there is or there is no free will?
No, no, Neo, the girl.
Oh, that one. Oh yeah, I forgot you did. She already did that one.
We don't know her.
What was your thoughts on it, Napah? What's your?
I don't know who you're talking about. We don't know who you're talking about.
We don't have free will. According to the scriptures.
Yeah. What's up? She went out again, probably. She's dead.
Yeah, but you know what, though? I mean, really, I could do it. That's one of my strong points. But, they talking about, I want to be fair. Does she want to do another debate that she already did?
Yeah, because she didn't do it over here on the...
She did do it on the HOK.
Yeah, that's true.
I like the Elohim one. You know, I love the blood.
I'm gonna get with Napah. Hey, my phone acting up. I'm back in the car.
Right.
But listen, I'm gonna get with.
Oh man, Napah's all over the place and not on the same subject at all. Okay, thank
Don't
you.
pay that no mind. That was a dumb.
No, I said I have no issue. Yeah, she said she's having issues, but Christina, you know I love the Jesus is a blood sacrifice debate. I love that one. But whatever she thinks we should do, we definitely do need to do that trivia thing. And I think she said she's coming back in. She's having some issues. Thank you. I want to say much respect and love to that sister. Even if you see us banging, which you will see us going at it on the debates, I have so much love and respect for her for coming in and being a real woman, a real sister, and speaking the truth. But yeah, we are going to get it in. So what do you think about the Jesus is the blood sacrifice one? We ran that one down too much. Christina,
she don't want that. She don't want that smoke.
You are funny. So I never stop it.
I think if we can streamline it, stream. Hello, can y'all hear me or am I breaking up?
You're not.
Okay, if we can get it streamlined into a specific way, because we've been debating that like low key, like softly debating it,
right?
And we go different avenues with it. Right. So sometimes people don't understand the context. Like when I was debating whether the Father was a body,
right?
People still were thinking about Jesus being a body. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when we talk about blood sacrifice, when I first talked to you about it, and Sanetta needs to drop that footage as well. But when I first talked to you about it, you weren't talking about the adrenochrome and what was in the blood. Like you were going real deep into it.
Never dropping that. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. That for me, because I wasn't coming in to debate, and I think Black Jesus set me up. I thought you were coming in to build, and I wasn't in debate mode, and it just went raggedy. It was all disrespectful, and I mean, you want to drop it. Don't worry, you can get it in with me again. You really want you want people to see us, me losing it because my whole build was getting destroyed. Because that's what I was upset about. I was coming in to do a presentation. And Black Jesus said, "Oh, let me bring some sisters in." And I said, "Yes, I want to bring sisters in." And then you were coming in for, to bust piñatas. And so you whacked me behind. I didn't know you were getting ready to hit me in the back of my head. And then it just went left. But I was talking about adrenochrome with blood sacrifice. That is real though. Adrenochrome is real. Sonetta, both these, she's having technical difficulties. You're watching the game. There's somebody in the back.
And we're gonna say peace and Black power, and we out of here.
Oh wow. What about we were just having a discussion.
No, she had to go. So oh man.
I've been telling you he's in the back.
No, I see Naphtali. Let's get that conversation as well. Naphtali in the back, sunroof top, digging in the scene with the gangster lean.
Ooh.
There you go. Looking at Paul like, ooh. Naphtali, hit the link, goddammit. Hit that link. I like it. I like it because it's good conversation with the two sisters, whether they turn up or whatever. But
nothing can top what Ali did. Not even her. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, come on. Even
leave
she
doesn't.
Let's
leave them alone now, because these weak men, they run and make.
You just said call the man weak.
Yeah, these. I said weak men. I ain't saying specific, but we know how these weak men do. They run and go tell their people, "Oh, Sonetta did this and Sonetta said." I mean, come on, bro. Sonetta helping the ball. He's helping the ball. No, brother, stop it, man. Come on.
Yes, and they're gonna say, "See, that's why I don't debate women."
Right.
I don't debate women.
Get the whole thing on you.
Yeah, he really wants me to sit there and be like, "Oh wow."
Yeah.
That means I'm a lady and graceful because I'm like airheaded, like, really? Yeah, vellum. Oh, how long did it take? 3 days? Wow. Get out of here. Anyway, Gnostic Warrior's in the back. That's your homie.
Yeah, Gnostic Warrior's driving. I don't want him to crash.
That's messed up.
He's driving. Come on, drive, Gnostic Warrior. Drive, brother, drive.
Oh, I want to tell you, if you're listening out there, Edward. Hold on, what did I just? Ed Lodge. Oh, Dodge. Sorry, Ed. My head is swimming.
What is disrespectful?
Ed Dodge. We're going to be bringing on a very strong scholar and author, Ed Dodge. It's because my head was going the wrong way. I know your name, Ed. If you're watching, he was tuning in to see the toughest environment, and then he saw the brother run off the stage. Yes. So yes. Did you see
what happened? Naphtali?
Hey, Shalom, Most High bless, Sarnetter, Most High.
All right. Can we get, hey, Naphtali, I'm going to challenge you here and see if two sisters can have a respectful conversation. And I'm going to time y'all. Y'all can disagree, but I'm going to time y'all to see how long y'all can talk without getting turned up and going crazy.
Like so, what happened just now with Ali.
We're going to see right now. The time is 10:10. Take it from there, Naphtali. You can ask any question you want to Nepal, and we're going to see how long. If y'all can get through this will be a great debate coming up as well. Go ahead, Naphtali. You got the floor.
Hey, Shalom. I'm just walking into this conversation. I'm not too. I don't know.
No. You can bring up any conversation you want. Ask any question you want pertaining to the Bible. Anything. Go ahead.
Okay. So where was this you were saying to Christina about Christ being? What was this conversation about El anyway? Where were you guys talking about El for?
We were talking. You mean with Christina or with Ali? He brought up El. She asked me, "Is Jesus a serpent?" I don't think I had that conversation with you.
I think you was talking about the El. It was more.
Elohim.
Yes. Oh, go ahead.
El. What do you mean El? Like, which El are you referring to? Like Inkian El, or who is he supposed to be?
She was asking me about Jesus being the serpent, and then I brought up the Elohim.
Okay, so who do you say is Elohim? Are you saying that those are multiple deities, or how do you see it?
Yes, those are multiple. I guess you could call them, for lack of better terms, spirits or spiritual beings that can transmute into possibly some type of physical body in this realm, in and out. So they're spiritual beings.
Do you believe in fallen angels?
Do I believe that there are fallen angels, that there are literal angels that sinned and fell from heaven? Not exactly, but I know the Elohim that I'm discussing, there was an entire body, and some of them wanted to do a certain, they decided to serve themselves, and the others broke away from that body of Elohim, led by what we know as Jesus, the spirit of Jesus. And though that group of serpents, those are the spirits. They're not literal snakes, but they're like, the serpents. They seraphim, they were the ones that were benevolent. So basically, when you say fallen angels, there's a group that lied and told this creation, this mankind, Adam and Eve, told them, you're gonna die if you get knowledge. And so those would be what are the fallen angels. If you mean fallen, and those are the ones who were selfish and meant to harm mankind. Does that make sense?
Hey, Naphtali, your mic is real low. The people saying your mic is low.
Oh, car. I'm gonna change my phone.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Now let me ask you, Napah. Wasn't Nepal, you there? Oh,
Right here.
wasn't Satan a fallen angel, Nepal? No.
Yeah, I don't use fallen angel because it's been misused, and it misleads people to think there was a war in heaven and angels fell from the sky. Yes, there are scriptures that say I saw Satan falling like lightning from the sky, or Lucifer.
Mm-hmm.
But no, there is a deliberate but malevolent group. And somebody said source up. I can show that in scripture. There was a malevolent group.
R.I.S.E is learning a lot from me. I noticed that. Look. Go ahead, go on, Nepal. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, go in.
No, that's it. I answered it, I think.
Okay, I think R.I.S.E is learning from me.
And I think you learned that from me. So let me take that down before we start arguing.
Just like the other dude, without naming him, learned a lot from you, but he would say you his student. But these people learn from us, man. They ain't gonna give us the credit. You know what I'm saying? We know what it is, but they ain't gonna give us the credit. I ain't hear nobody been saying this until I started saying this. But see, I don't just stop there and say that I am Satan. I say I am God and Satan. That's what I say. They just say, oh, I'm Satan. I am Satan. No, I'm both. One and the same. It's one and the same. It's just one.
So, yes, I was saying fallen angels wouldn't be, it would be the malevolent. There's dualism. There's the malevolent, and then there's benevolent. There's the good and the evil. So there are those who want to destroy and those who want to create. And creators can turn into destroyers, and some destroyers turn back into creators. But some are vessels fitted for destruction, and there's no going back. So thank you, DAP ADOS tribe, ADOS. That's right. We are all angelic and demonic qualities. I agree, so I'm not gonna get into that with him because
I taught you that, Nepal.
No, you did not. I have a teaching that you twisted and made your own. So,
and what is that?
There's no such thing now in the context of you and us as individuals. We can't say, "Oh, I'm Satan and I'm the devil. I'm God. I'm good and I'm evil." That's too deep for this right now. I can't get into it because Naphtali's coming back, and I don't need.
Well, what I say is that I'm one and the same, and it depends on the individual what part of that you're gonna let control your body. You see what I'm saying? Are you gonna let the devil come up top to the heaven, or are you gonna let the God energy dominate? So it's up to you which one is going to control you. Like you see these brothers shooting like today, a brother got killed, not killed, but a 15-year-old got shot up early in the morning. He got shot. We looking at the news.
Wow.
And so was that God consciousness or was that the Satan consciousness taking over? That's what I'm talking about. When you see these men molesting their daughter, molesting their children, is that God consciousness or is that a demonic spirit? That is a demonic spirit. We all will agree that that is a demonic spirit. And so therefore, I could prove it all day long that we have God spirit and the devil spirit. The demonic is you can't have one without the other. You can't have one without the other. Would you like to challenge me on that, the great Napah?
Well, I would like to say that, again, we had a discussion. I don't want to make it like I was, like sit in my class on it. Or we had a discussion and we spoke about this because There was a time when you used to say, why is God letting this evil happen? And you come along.
That was a question that I already knew the answer to.
No, okay. Well, you're doing great.
The question.
You're doing great. And I'm happy. I love how you're doing. For me, I like to take it back to the scripture, what somebody said in the scriptures about Jesus and Satan. They came from the same, like going back to it, Naphtali, she's back. There was a group, they're all serpents. Jesus isn't the only serpent. They are all were serpents, meaning they were all shining beings. They were all the seraphim, the Nahash, like the shining light being. Jesus and Satan alike. So somebody said they're twins, and that's kind of true. They were the same. So Naphtali, I think she's having some issues with her.
Yeah, and that's why I always say, why you think God would never get rid of Satan? Because that's getting rid of himself. God can't get rid of Satan. In every religion, you have to have a demonic spirit there to make the people cling closer to the good spirit, to scare the people. That's why you ask the average person, they'll tell you, I can't say that because God's going to get me. God is going to do this. If I denounce God, I'm going to hell. But God damn it, heaven and hell is a state of mind, state of being, and plane of existence. It's what you make your life to be. It's a state of mind. What you say to that, Miss Shadah?
I say that,
Bring your ass in here, Armin Ra McCarthy. Go ahead.
That's a popular teaching, but I don't want to act like, I'm on another level. It's even deeper than that.
Go deeper.
Because in spiritual idea, the ideas of spirituality, you latch onto something and it makes sense and it sounds cool, and we keep repeating it, and it is cool. I mean, it works for rhetoric, but when you really are living it, there are forces that you control, but the average person, there are forces that they have no control over. They don't have the ability. So what I'm trying to say, without offending, I love you. I love doing this. That's how I'm taking my time. I can't sit here. How do I say it? You had the sister on the channel today, and she's a love coach. She said all the right things about love and relationships. However, what if she didn't have a husband? What if she never was a good wife or girlfriend? Never. Then we'd say, yes, you're saying it true, but you don't really know anything about it. You're saying the right thing, but you don't really know anything about it. Therefore, you're not a God. Therefore, you're not even Satan. You're just, you're not even a part of this conversation. You're almost like a fraud, or just talking to talk. So she was, by the way, married. She was on point. So she was valid. So when she speaks it, she's doing it. She has the ability. So now going to this statement about, I'm God and I'm Satan. So many people say that, but they don't live it. They don't even know what they're talking about. It sounds good. I'm God, I'm Satan, I have the power, but you don't even have any power. You can't even control things that are normally controllable, like your finance, your relationship. You can't even master that. And I'm just speaking in general, because that statement about I'm God and Satan is very popular. If you're going to say I'm God and I'm Satan, you're speaking on a level. That kind of talk, you should be on a spiritual level where you can manifest things. You can make things happen that people say, wow, how'd you do that? And I'm not being corny. You should be able to do things.
No, you know what you're doing right now?
I'm going to land my plane.
All right.
You should be able to do, if I say I'm God and Satan, I should instantly be able to show you that I'm God and Satan. If I have not been able to show you that I'm God and Satan quite yet, then why should someone believe me? Why should
All right,
someone
let me
believe?
answer you. You
Okay.
prove that you are God by being respectful to yourself, being polite to others, showing love and courteous to other people. You prove that you are a demon by being the opposite of those things. See, when you say, when you're God and you're the devil, but you can't master this and you can't master that, now you take it to a spooky kind of level. Like now, if you're a God, then let me see you go high up above. Let me see your bank account. Let me see how good you can make. See, now you take it to a spooky kind of level. That's not what we mean. What I mean when I say I am the God and I am the devil. Because damn near everybody around my way know that I'm the most humble, loving brother that they could ever meet. Not these niggas on YouTube. They don't know me. You see, I'm talking about people in real life. When they come into my space, they see the love, they see the respect. You see what I'm saying? That's what I mean when I say I am God. I'm showing them God consciousness, God love. Not no demonic shit. That shit stays depressed, stays pressed down. That's what I mean when I say it. Go ahead.
Okay, well,
I'm Robert McCarthy in the
I
building.
know, but you let me come on. We're teaching here.
Go ahead. Teach
I know
me.
you do that too. You like, I can't let her say she gonna come in. I'm not gonna dispute what you said, but this is the thing. You are a God.
Right.
You're not God.
I'm saying I'm the God of myself.
Okay, so that makes you a God. Thank you. You're not, but you're not God.
Yeah, but there's no God outside of me, so I don't know about that.
No. Stop.
1 minute. I'm gonna let you go. I'm sorry.
No,
I don't believe in a God outside of myself. So when you say you're not the God or I don't know nothing about that God. That's in your world. That's in your life. In my world and in my life, I am the God. I am the devil. In my life, I am. I don't know no God or devil.
Okay,
that
I heard you. You said it 7 times, honey.
Go ahead.
And guess what? You cut me off, but that's okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I don't mind it. You always say I cut you off. Listen, and that's why you're not God. It doesn't matter if it's in your world. We have how many people in the world? Over 8 billion. So just because it's in your world doesn't mean you're God. Thank you. I love you.
Counts.
No, see how you keep cutting me off though, because when it hurts, you want to cry. Come on. No, listen. That's why I was keeping quiet, but you kept on baiting me. Let's talk about it. I think you're a God as well. I see you as a God. So there's 2 of us now. There's another one that thinks you're God, but you're not the God. And you are not God. You know why? Because you just admitted it. You said, just in my world, there is a universal mind of God that goes from not just these 8 billion humans, but the entire creation. We're talking about bacteria. Everything has consciousness. And so you are not the God, and you are definitely not the Satan, because you like you said, you're a loving person, but you are a God, and you have been an adversary sometimes, like we all have done. So let we make that clear. I'm gonna hand it. I want you to have the last word, but I'm glad you made it clear. You're not God. You are the God of your world, and you are a God, and I agree. But you're not God, because guess what? You can't do anything yet that is miraculous or that is even outside of your world.
Show me what God did that was miraculous.
No, hold on.
The God that exists outside of ourselves within the world. Show me that.
Hold on. There are people. Now, I don't have to just show you. I can show you actual people who do things and are on a God level. And you say, I'm not just talking about they're running and they're doing sports and no, I don't believe in God. I mean, people have said, I have the power of God and I will do this and it will happen, and it happens. There are people who do that. There are people in my life who've done it, and they don't even claim to be God. They say, you know what they do? You know what makes you, like you said the word humble. You know, it really shows that you're a God when you give glory and honor to someone else and you don't say, I'm God, that's when we know you're a God. When you don't, I mean, I know we throw it around like I'm a God, but when you really give the honor and glory beyond yourself or outside of yourself, that's an attribute of being a God. I'm gonna hand that over to this brother who's been waiting patiently. Oh, did you want to say something?
Nah, you ain't gonna get away with that.
I love you, son.
Now, you say being a God is when you're handing over your honor and your glory and the other things to other people. Guess what, Napah? This is why I say I'm the most loving, humble, beautiful person in the world.
I said that.
Have done though. Like for example, when brothers would call me and say, yo, brother Saw, I'm coming into your town. Instead of me saying, I'm gonna be greedy, I'm gonna do all this, I'm gonna be on the tape. Cause I could do it. I can know. And just ask them questions and interview. I don't do that. You know what I do? I would call up Captain Tazariak. Yo, Captain Tazariak, David Banner just called me. He said he coming into town. I would like for you to come in. Would you like the interview? Hell yeah, sir. I got it. Come on in. Tariq Nasheed called me every goddamn year when he coming into town. Yo, sir, I'm coming into town. Do you know who I call? Yo, Garfield. I got Tariq coming in. You want to come in and interview him? Hell yeah, sir. Another time. Herman Smalls, Brother Reggie, Polite.
Everybody.
Right. You want to come in? I got so-and-so coming in. And I give them the shine. I give them the glory. I stay back and I just hold on the camera. Napah. I got JoJo Capone coming in. JoJo Napone.
No, not me.
Hold up. JoJo Napone is in California, Napah. We in California. I want you to go ahead and do the interview with him. I got this. But that's what I'm saying. I've been doing this all for a long time, is letting other brothers shine. Amin Ra, what's up, brother?
Thank you for waiting.
What's going on? Oh, no problem.
But real quick, Amin Ra, yes, Senator, you know I call you a God, and you know I always say you do everything for everybody. So anyway. Look at us. H. Millette shook her head because I said thumbs down to JoJo. You know what? I love you, H. Millette. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, y'all. Hi. No, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Sorry.
No problem. Much peace and love to both of y'all. I was just thinking, I'm more and more, I've been thinking on a deeper track in my life. I feel like human man was designed by the Most High, and we are surrounded by negative and positive energy, whether you call it evil and good. And we're always like, I kind of understand what you're saying about, you the devil and God at the same time, but what is not actually personified, I think it's a presence or a energy that's around us at all times. No matter where you are, it's always present. And you can even draw on that positive energy and it will manifest in your vessel in a positive way, or you can draw on that evil or that negative energy and it would reflect your body in a negative way. And I believe that it's much more easy to feed on that negative power as it is to feed on that positive power. And that's why it takes so much dedication and submission to feed on that power, because that energy is what's going to get you farther in life if you can focus on that. But to say that you are or I am, I don't agree with that. I believe that we are empty vessels.
Energy that'll get me farther in life. What energy you said that is?
I'm saying the positive energy. Positive. You draw on that positive force or that good force that's around you at all times. Like you said, you can choose to do either one.
I'm about to hit you in the head, brother. Not always which you would identify as a negative energy is really negative. The negative energy that you call it negative, guess what? It can be the positive energy. Doesn't it say in the scriptures that there's a time and a season for everything? That there is a time to kill, that there is a time to heal, that there is a time to cry, that there is a time for laughter. So right there, God is letting you know, my beloved, that you have the power to kill and you have the power to heal. You are God and you are the goddamn devil. Just like the devil and just like God say, I got the power. I do all these things. I create good. I create evil. Well, goddamn it, in the book of Corinthians, God said you have a power. You have there's a time and a season for everything. Telling us, wake up, nigga. You are just like me, nigga. Wake up. Hold up the ball. Hold up the ball.
Maybe I gotta say Ecclesiastes.
Yeah, Ecclesiastes.
Yeah,
let me respond to that, Sasha. Respond to that very simply.
When I'm on the pulpit, brother, you cut me off. Go ahead and respond, Amon-Ra.
Yeah. No, all I'm saying is I totally understand what you're saying, Si, but like you said, it is a time to kill. There is a time to plan and a time to fool, but you know it when you feel it. That's the positive energy I'm talking about. You know right from wrong. And sometimes killing might be right if that's what you have to do to survive. You won't feel like it's wrong when you're doing it if it's something you need to survive. You understand? So it's still a good thing. It's still a good just because just because you had to kill. What happened? You can't hear me?
No, I hear you. I'm saying, look at Cosmin Cal, my man Cosmin Ball.
Yeah, when you feel those, when you know right from wrong, and that's the energies I'm talking about. If it's right to have to kill at that moment, it's right. It don't mean it's wrong, but you still can pull on that positive energy or that negative energy, and it can control your vessel. You fill your vessel up with whatever you choose, and it surrounds you at all times. That evil and that good is around you. I'm talking about closer to your skin than your hair is.
Yeah,
that's how close it is.
There's a scripture out there in the book. I forgot what it was. I gotta find it. It's probably in one of my files, but it talks about God did this thing. God did this, and somebody might know what I'm talking about. God did this. God is the one that did it. But in another scripture, it talks about Satan is the one that did it. So if y'all know what I'm talking about, my Bible thumpers out there, the Cosmons, and y'all will get that. 1 minute you reading where it says God did it, and then you read another book and it's saying that the Satan did it. And so you're like, damn, which one did it? Because that right there, see, you got to be able to understand and decode it. God and Satan did do it. They are one and the same. See, that's what they out there, and y'all still miss it. It went over everybody's head. Some people
I would have to see that. So I would have to see if they talking about the same thing or not.
Some people would say, well, that sounds like a contradiction. It's not a contradiction. They both are one and the same. You see what I'm saying? You just didn't catch it.
Most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. You got to be able to rightfully divide the scriptures. There shouldn't be any contradictions in none of the whole scriptures.
That's in my files. I'm going to find it. Watch.
Yeah. I have to find, but that might be a good title too, right there, Si, is what I think you might have did that before. If there are any contradictions. But I mean, I had put in the chat earlier, is the Garden of Eden, is it in Africa or not? You know, a lot of people debate that, but especially some of the pseudo killers that we talk about. If somebody said that, when they try to say name the rivers and all that, that's not Africa and all that could be a good debate for somebody. But I just feel like that good and evil, that right and wrong is around you at all times. It's closer to you as your hair is on your face. You can draw on either one, and because you are an empty vessel, and whatever one you draw in, that's how you're gonna act. Just like sometimes some of the brothers, I used to listen to gangster music, and if I'm in the gangster car listening to gangster music, I was ready to do gangster things. I was filled with that hype, that hate, that anger. That rage. I was ready. But if you didn't listen to it, sometimes you were on a whole nother vibe. You know what I'm saying? And so energy is very real, no matter what man has called it over the years. I do believe it's right there by you, and you can choose either one. But I think it's harder to choose the positive because the positive.
The worst thing that you can do, Amon-Ra McCarthy, is learn scriptures from a Hebrew, from a pastor, from all of them, because it's their job to lie to you. I don't know who lies the most. Is it the police, the lawyer, or the preacher? I say it's the police. The police lie the most out of everybody, but the preacher is up there too. Because the preacher know the truth but refuse to teach the truth. So he is considered to be the what? The 10%er.
I gotta
But
say something.
I'm a preacher. I'm a preacher, and I ain't
He's a
lied to
preacher.
you yet, sir.
No,
That's
I ain't
you're
lied to
an
you.
anomaly.
hold on, Nepal. Hold on. No, yo, listen, Amin Ra, you haven't lied to me out knowingly because you are ignorant to the truth. That's the fact. You are ignorant to the truth, Amin Ra McCarthy, and ignorance only meaning that you have a lack of understanding, something you don't know. And so you are preaching falsehood to the people, all right? You are preaching falsehood when you cannot prove Abraham, Adam, Moses, and the number one, God. You can't prove it. You only going by mere belief. Check.
I'm going by belief and my spiritual connection. So you keep discounting that spiritual connection because I don't know if you just don't have one and you can't. It's like
I
somebody
have
saying,
one. I have one.
okay, well then don't deny the spiritual connection. We've already proven the spiritual. We've already proven the supernatural, and I'm telling you, you can't discount that. Yes, people have gone and changed words and done all kind of things, but if you have a spiritual connection, you can understand it, sir. That is a connection nobody can deny. You can't deny it. And if somebody doesn't have it, all they can do is look at the face
Yeah, but
value and think somebody lying.
what does a spiritual connection have to do with God? Understand this, Simon Ron McCarthy. Religiosity and spirituality are two different things, brother. They are two different things. And we as an African people always dealt with the spiritual aspect of our total being. We didn't deal with make-believe stuff like religion. Like God is up in the sky. God gonna crack the sky. Jesus walked on water. Moses said, we ain't deal with none of that. That's a story that was given to us by man. And when I say that you unknowingly lying, I'm not calling you a liar. You don't know that you're doing it.
I feel you, Si, but well, let me answer this. Let me answer this, and y'all can go. What I say is, you're right. Spirituality and religion is two different things. But some people can be religious and not be spiritual at all. If you spiritual, that is a tangible feeling and a knowing in your body. And religion is simply how people try to explain it to other people. I'm not trying to give you the explanation. I'm trying to connect you to the source. That's what we're trying to do, brother. And if somebody is not connected to the source, they would never understand what's on face value. Never.
Real quick, I want to jump in and say I forgot to speak about my sister Sakina Ra. My sister Sakina Ra is one of the very respected minds, and I was not talking about her when I said unscrambled mind. So I left Dulcinea, Sakina Ra, and Robin out. I just remembered my sister. All right, brother Reggie. Peace, Dr. Reggie. I'm gonna mute out.
The king, my man, the teacher, the baddest teacher on the planet right now, researcher, because our brother Professor Smalls and Dr. Leonard Jeffries are about to pass over the torch. They should have been passed the torch over, but they're gonna pass the torch. And I'm gonna call Professor James Smalls on this. I'm gonna call him. Shout out to my man King Simon in the building. I spoke to Dr. Professor James Smalls the other day, and he will be giving a class on February, and so is Reggie will be. Go ahead, Dr. Reg.
Okay, peace and family. I was so looking forward to the conversation between Sister Napah Shadah and Dr. Ali Muhammad. Just some housekeeping, I would think that would be best for them to upfront list the things that they want to talk about right up front, so we don't get into a whole thing and the both parties could address exactly what their points are based on what the points. So we just would like to see that. So it kind of started off with kind of like a bunch of things that Dr. Ali Muhammad was saying, and some things that Sister Napah was saying, and there was a lot of stuff, but we need to get right to the points. To Amin Ra McCarthy, that spirit stuff gets people killed. It's only humans and charismatic people making that up for other people to follow. So the more charismatic you are, that's the spirit that we need to watch. That is a very dangerous spirit. As far as Shawnette is concerned, Africans still do this themselves. They're not always in reality. They have their own mythos, and charismatic Africans from the most ancient times uh, did this, and it was also problematic, right? And unfortunately for ancient Egypt, or the civilization we call ancient Egypt, even if it's ancient African-led Egypt, right? They did it. Their civilization fell because they could not sustain all of these curses and things that they thought would work, instead of building good relationships with other Africans to keep out the invaders. They chose to build pyramids, lots of temples, instead of building walls. Those things are important to some people, but the amount of human endeavor that went to that, instead of feeding people and making people happy, and putting the enemies at bay, caused that civilization. They should have better relationships with their Nubian brothers and sisters. Now, I want to ask Sister Napah something, and I keep hearing this come up, and it's the issue of that Jerusalem and that West Bank, that whole area is Africa. And from the ancient Egyptian text, they were foreigners. They were, that was the hill country, the mountain territory. And we have the Merenptah Stela. And the Merenptah Stela is very, very concise about defeating those people. And then we have earlier periods where that land was made vassals to the African. It was a land that they made vassals, but and then when you go into the Amana stelas, where the people are crying and saying to their vassal leader, Akhenaten, this is your land, meaning it's really a vassal country. How do we get to say that that is Africa? Because Qumran, where Qumran is, next to the Dead Sea, right? Around Jerusalem, right? The West Bank. How do we get to say that that is Africa based on not the ancient Egyptians, who were the people for 3,000 years, plus that divided where they live? That's not Tameri. That's not Kemet. That's.
Did you want to ask Nepal a question, Reggie?
Yes, I'm asking her the question.
Oh, go ahead. My bad. I was looking at the game. LeBron is a bad boy, man. That boy is a bad boy, man. I'm sorry.
When you so you want to finish? Go ahead, finish.
Yeah. Well, you if you weren't watching the game with Sonetta.
No, I'm not watching the game. I'm listening to you. I was letting you finish.
How do we get?
I'm in the other room.
Yeah. How do we get to say? How do we actually get to say that that is Africa? That would be helpful, at least for me. Yes.
And I've had this conversation with you before, and I know you don't agree. So, if we're talking about cartography and we're looking at maps, then we could say, okay, that's not Africa. If we're going to discuss, like you said before, tectonic plates and things like that, that's a great discussion. But I subscribe to that conversation, and we could have the conversation or not. I subscribe to the conversation that it is Africa, that entire region from Kemet to all the way to the Levant. So that's a part of Africa.
How do we do that? Okay, so we know we have a difference, but what textual record says that, and when is that Africa?
When I use the word Africa, you know, again, these are words that we use because we have to have the conversation. However, the region, the people weren't you didn't go for instance, you couldn't go from Kemet and then you know a few kilometers you're in an area of the let's say you're in the Sinai region and there are people there. Just giving you an idea. You won't see a totally different type of people. There won't be like white people, black people. So I was speaking from that aspect and the people and the regions and how the people occupied that land. So when we speak about people occupying those different areas, it was not a different so-called race of people, which is a social construct. It wasn't the people weren't different. That's my point.
Okay,
And
how do we do this? Because I know about populations and I know about clines, right? And I have a good handle on the different periods, right? And then we have records, and so the ancient Egyptians, um, those Africans, they outlined like in the Book of Gates, different groups of people, right? Populations. We don't have to look at it racially, but we can look at it by climes, and we can look at it by culture. So the ancient Egyptians, those Africans, showed the Nubians one way, and showed the Shashu um, another way, and the Hittite groups another way, right? They, in the ancient times, did not show that those people looked anything like the ancient Egyptians nor the Nubians. And these two groups are Africans, but they did show that these people, they showed Libyan populations that looked different, that was lighter. Those in the Ticino, the Tamehu, the Meshwesh groups of people. And so they were distinct. They were distinct in the way that they, in fact, looked. We can use skin color, but we can also talk about beards. We can talk about cultural dress. We definitely can talk about language. We can talk about body types. How do we, with that type of evidence, how do we make those people African people? They're out of Africa peoples. They were Africans that left Africa long time ago. They have, for example, there's the Natufian groups of people. They, in their times, may have certainly were browner, mostly probably looking like Africans. But then in the later times, there's a lot of admixture. So what values or measures do you use to call those people who don't look like the ancient Egyptians, or the Nubians, right? They may look a little like the some of the North African populations, but that is because of a peculiar situation of back migration with people bringing in different genomes and phenotypes from a time of admixture outside of Africa. So how do we do this? That's the problem that we have, that I have.
Let her answer, big bro.
Yeah, I am. Why don't you, sir? Napah is very, very bright, right? So I'm trying to give her as much information as you can watch. You're still watching it.
I wanna also see what the Brilliant Stone got.
The what?
I want to see what the Brilliant Stone got to offer too. I want to see what he want to say.
I kind of want to. I want to say peace to Sinetta. Excuse me. You want to hear from me?
No, I would like her to answer.
Okay, go ahead.
Hear from you.
No, I'll just say this. As far as that region, and we were discussing the context of He's saying the Bible was written by white people only. And to be fair, I have said this before. I even sat down with Ali. My position about the region being in ancient times, yes, those people are different, but we can't deny that the Kemetic people, you said Nubian, Canaanites, they all mixed, they blended. There weren't little ghettos like we know today of people. They were a mixed group of people. Phenotype, I agree with you. I trust you when you say the phenotypes were different, but the people themselves were, for lack of a better term, a melting pot where I call them all Africans. You don't have to agree. Yes, you presented that information, but it's a strong argument in the case that who actually was occupying that region. Well, it was, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like today where they're totally different people like Arabs, Africans, as we know. I take the position that the people did blend culturally, and also if you can even go, you said something about you know the genetics or something like that, you know about the actual DNA of the people. I don't know if you touched on that. So from what I've studied, they intermixed there. You know, you talk about admixture and people mixing different groups of people, and I know a lot of that was going on as well. And just to land my plane, so when I look at Kemet, Egypt, and then I see how in close proximity it is to the Levant, and then I know how they lived, I just, you know, come to the conclusion and subscribe to the teaching that that is Africa. Not Africa of today, but you understand what I'm saying? The region wasn't like it is today, like Africa, Middle East, Europe, Asia. So yeah, that's my answer with that. And I'm always willing to listen.
All right.
Peace, Robin.
Well, I do want to say,
hold on, Reggie, hold on. Let me answer Prince of Yahweh. Prince of Yahweh said, Bible is translated from ancient writings. They didn't write it. Let me say this to you, beloved. You don't know that. You believe that they translated through ancient writings. That's your belief. You didn't see it. Now, Paul might say, nah, it is. That's because you have to believe that. You have to believe that in order to make your Bible real and to make your Bible true. You didn't see it. So come on the panel, brother, because I always see you running and hiding and ducking, and you always run to other people that agree with you. You go to panels that will agree with you. But you'll get your pinata busted over here, brother. This is not the play land over here. You can win over there because they all going to agree with you. But over here,
he's from SWV.
I know where he's from. I know. I see him. You'll get your pinata busted over here. That's why he's afraid to hit this panel. But anyway, the Brilliant Stone, what up, man?
What up, brother Sarnetta? How you feeling?
I'm good, brother. What's happening?
Good. Peace, Assistant Napah, Dr. Reggie, and brother Amin Rob McCarthy. I kind of wanted to spin the block for a second and go back to the original conversation before Dr. Reggie spoke. And you guys were talking about spirituality. But I think the biggest question that's not being answered is, what is spirituality? Can anybody answer that?
Reggie?
Spirituality is when people use their symbolic mind in trying to deal with reality. So the things that they can't explain in reality, then they use their mind to symbolically equate things that they don't know. They don't know. And so with spirituality, there is no reality. There is constructs of thought that are dependent on cultures.
And what about you, Sal? What do you say spirituality is? Because you had a little something to say about it.
I'll say what Reggie say. I'm not going against my teacher, man. I'm gonna say what Reggie say.
All right. So I'd like to say this. I'd like to say that when a baby is born, a baby is in its purest sense. Would everybody agree with that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, okay. So we have existence, which is the waters, the oceans, the wind, the elements, right? This would be existence, the sun. And then we have what Reggie is talking about, and I think that is man's interpretation of spirituality, but not quite spirituality. I think what spirituality is when you distill man down to its purest form and you distill creation down to its purest form. I think that is spirituality. I mean, you know,
Disagree.
excuse
I,
me?
I'll disagree, and I'll tell you why.
Go ahead.
Okay. Spirituality comes from a Greek word, spiritus, right? It's a Greek idea. It's like logos. It's giving uh, how can I say is creating a concept. And then you find that word in part of the Bible passages, right, as they interact with the Greeks. The African believed, and not just the African, but other ancient people believed in animism, right? Animism is the word that they would best describe what life being animated, right? The Greeks interpret that as having some connection to words and ideas, right? The so it's animism, uh, ancestor worship. These are the early human beings, right? Not just in Africa, but out of Africa. Ancestral worship and ancestral worship is bringing living people who were alive and venerating them and recreating their concepts, making them live, form of animism. Um, and then there's animism where you look at nature. So, and then there's, so I'll leave it to that. Spirituality, if you look at the definition, it really means a life in a religion. That's what spirituality means. It means life within a religion. So the early clergies were spiritual because they had a life within God and a life in Jesus Christ. So that is more of a modern word, but it's you need religion for spirituality.
You do?
Probably. Yeah, you didn't know that?
I would disagree with that. I mean, man's interpretation of what you're referring to is concepts. You're referring to how we interpret spirituality. I would
Hmm.
say that spirituality is the beginning of what we're dealing with, the powers that we're referring to that animate the body, the powers that made the fire, that made the water, and things of that nature.
That's
So, I mean,
animism.
I think what you're when you say the Greek word, I mean, this is man's best
Hmm.
interpretation. This is man's way of explaining something, but that wouldn't be spirituality. So we have what we call the world
Hmm.
that is formed, like buildings, cars, things like that. But then we have the natural elements. I'm saying the natural elements, when they're distilled down, is spirituality.
Hmm. Well, I can understand what you're trying to say. But what you are missing is the actual definition of the word spirituality. That's the problem. What you're doing is you're creating a whole nother concept when I actually said that it was ancestor worship and animism and clan exogeny, right? But where you can source the word spirituality is in fact in Christianity. And I know that I could pull up a source, but I don't want to. I'll pull up a source in a few minutes, but you have to give me a definition of spirituality instead of just talk. See, that's the problem. I
Well,
respect you, but you are
what
trying to. That's a little pseudo judo when I can actually find the definition of spirituality and where the spirit
I like the terminology pseudo judo. But what I'm
Mhm.
really referring to is before the concepts and before what you're referring to as man's interpretations and man's word play on the actual idea of spirituality, how we psychically connect with one another, how, like what we call these principles, what Sa was talking about earlier, what we call these principles of like good versus evil. Like, where does that doesn't come from words. Like, that's the definition of what Sa is talking about. But the actual thing itself, spirituality, are these principles. These principles existed before man could interpret them and try to explain what they were. So you don't need religion per se to have spirituality.
Okay, well, I
That is
disagree.
correct. I agree with him.
I mean,
Okay,
I'm not trying to debunk you, Dr. Reggie. I
Brother
wanted to
Reggie.
ask the panel because we're talking about spirituality and we're talking about powers, we're talking about God, we're talking about men claiming to be a God within themselves. And for the most part of that is real, but part of it is false as well, because it's in my estimation that man's skewed imagination is what phases out real spirituality. And I think what we all could stand to do in this world is pretty much cleanse our bodies down to, what we call a baby, right? We say babies are in their purest form, but we go through eating McDonald's and all these different foods and things like that. And what the Bible so eloquently puts the meats of this kingdom, and that has the spirit on it, and we take on that spirit. So what I'm saying is distilling it all down before we gave it words, before we gave it explanations, and the things that we try and actually pontificate on a day-to-day basis. That's not spirituality. When the
But I
sun
gave you
comes
the
up, that's
word.
spirituality. Excuse
I
me.
gave you the word, and the word was animism.
I know, but that's us trying to explain. That's an earlier point of man trying to actually bring forth a definition of something. That's not the thing itself.
The thing itself, you have to prove that it exists.
Okay, so I mean, I don't think. Go ahead, Sister Nepal.
I just want to ask you, like, so when you come in and you ask you ask everyone what is spirituality,
Mhm.
you understand that it's comes from that individual person. There's no right or wrong.
For sure, 100%. I mean, I'm asking the question from all respect. I just wanted to know because we're throwing the terminology around loosely and we're really not saying what it is.
Right, and that's why.
Because it's really personal with everybody else, though. Reggie can't tell you your spirituality. He can
No,
only
no, no.
explain. No, hear me out. Hear me out. I'm not
Go,
saying
go ahead, bro. Go ahead, brother.
you asking.
Go
He
ahead.
can't tell me what my spirituality is. He can only explain his own spirituality. Each and every one of us, if we agree with it or believe in it, we have our own spirituality, our own spiritual aspects of what it is to us and what it means to us.
For
So
sure,
that's
for
what I'm
sure,
talking about.
for
So
sure. But what I'm saying is not the practice, not how you arrive at understanding what it is, but what it is.
Yeah, that's pseudo judo because yeah, because
I love you know what? I love the terminology because I'm a judo black belt. So I love what you're saying.
but it's
But
not real judo. It's fake judo. So that's pseudo judo. It's fake judo. So the issue is that when you have a word out there that you can't describe, it is described. You refuse to say that it's described because it is a vocabulary word. Otherwise, we wouldn't use it, and it comes from the Greek mind. And then we refuse to say that it's a Greek construct, it's not an African construct, it's a religious construct. And so we refuse to see from the origins. And so I'll stop